What the heck's going on here? Leave my stand. Hi, and welcome to Warrior Training. Oh, there's a magnet there. Okay. Putting you all together. And then you will go and stand you up. This is for a stand, hopefully. A lot of crafts going on at the moment. Okay, and I'll go into TikTok. Nice, nicely done. Nicely done. Live. Go live. There. Oh, what? Oh, where's my charger? You actually are going to have to go on a slant. I need to charge you. Charging? Oh my God. What is charging? Great. Okay. Oh, darn. Oh, yeah, there I am. Okay, great. You're on the roll, but you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing. So, welcome to Warrior Training. I'm just going to talk about whatever you want to talk about regarding how our motherhood is stolen by people that are not women. All of us that are women have been oppressed and abused in some way or another by men. And so we are very powerful. We're goddesses in human form. We bring the spiritual world into the physical world, which makes us extremely not in the same category as men, which is why they see us as a threat, because they're all about wanting the power and wanting to get everything that they can with minimal effort, as well as at the expense of others. Unhealthy people. That's what unhealthy people want, to use others for their own benefit. And so women are vulnerable because we're goddesses in human form, which means we're going to have vulnerabilities. And so men have used mind control in being things that affect our ability to think and process emotions, because when you get traumatized, when you're living under fear, it affects the way that you critically think. So when people are doing things to you on purpose to get you to behave in a predictable way, they're manipulating you in a bad way. They're controlling your mind. They're controlling your actions by putting things into your mind and feeding belief systems to get you to follow what they want you to do. So there's malicious people that will physically force you to do things, malicious people that will also maliciously force you to do things by manipulating your thoughts into actions that are going to benefit them and most often not benefit you at all. And they will lie, cheat, and steal, and they will use you until you catch on. And when you catch on, they might leave and never ever think of you again, because they just used you. That's it. That's all they saw you as, something to use. So if you have one that stays around, does that mean they actually cared about you? Whoa, this is the thing. Get bit once, it's their fault, but you get bit again, is it your fault? This is the thing. That's what they're going to do. The ones that are predators, they're going to use you, and they're going to try to keep, it's like going fishing. You're going to throw your hook in, and even if someone nibbles it and then it doesn't catch, you know that there's someone there down there. And they don't travel alone. And once they bite, you're like, you know what? I'm going to get it. They bit it once. That means that they'll do it again. They just have to be convinced. And so then that's what they do. Abusers, they use us. And the really bad ones want to keep feeding off of us because they see us as a power source, power is in labor, physical labor, child rearing, all of this stuff. Anyways, that's garbage. That's over there. But I'm going to be cutting out it's not working. Need more room. But all this stuff, because I was making other things. I'm supposed to put everything away when I'm done one job. When I'm done one activity, I'm supposed to put it away and then do another one. Otherwise, this happens. So how many activities I got here? I got the necklaces. I got the beaded headdresses and that. Well, I can make that one. Okay. Okay, it doesn't matter. Anywho, we're supposed to clean up as we go, always, so avoid messes and hurting ourselves, because that's when dangerous stuff happens, when we don't have enough space like this. And then we also ruin things because we don't have enough space. So this is a lesson. Next time, you're going to follow what you're supposed to be doing. Cleaning as you go. I'm going to start it next time. So I'm doing warrior training with children on Saturdays. I have a market, so I'm using it as an opportunity to promote loving kindness by promoting a free activity that helps them learn how to be kind, as well as give generously, because it doesn't cost them anything and they're doing something that's going to impact somebody in a positive way. So I'm providing this activity free of charge, and then also selling a couple things like my art prints. And maybe even I should be using the market to talk about my book and sell it in person. Maybe people will buy it. All right. So what I've got here, I didn't know how I was going to do it. I was just going to write out the letters, and I was going to print them out, cut them out, then trace them. And then I remember to have these big giant stickers with letters on them. So I was going to take the sticker off and then cut it, but I realized I don't have to waste the sticker. So I'm going to just cut out the sticker with the backing on it, then trace it. So it's going to say warrior training. So I need a W. I got me a W. Yes. I. So I'm going to cut out these, then oops, that was itchy. I'm going to cut these out, then trace them on the fabric, and cut out the fabric, and then make them three-dimensional I don't know what I'm going to do, actually. I just have it like that. Will it be able to? It's kind of a thick canvasy fabric. So I don't know if it will be thick enough to, yeah, it probably should be, hang on its own, because it's canvas. And I'm not going to wash it, I don't think. It's just a sign. It's only temporary. Always changing crap and making more stuff. This is what teachers do. Oops. Get out of there. Teachers are always preparing and thinking how is a better way to get their learning across, because the goal in a classroom is to educate as many students as possible with the most amount of information possible. You have 1 year with them, and it doesn't be very much time, because you got to take away lunch, you got to take away 6 days, you got to take and then how much time of that do the children actually, or adults? So when someone comes to my table, it's an opportunity for me to teach them all something that's going to make their life easier. Okay, so I need to remember this. So when I'm speaking to people, adults, I need to be teaching them something that's going to help them. So I want them to, if they don't leave my table with anything, that's fine, but I want them to leave with information. Okay, warrior. A. Got an A. Oh, that's weird. It's got a little, I don't know what it is. At the bottom of the A gap, looks like an O with a hole in the middle. Like a tiny, maybe it's a period. I don't know. Apostrophe. It's not really an apostrophe. Warrior. Oh, is anyone saying anything? Hey, everybody, thanks for following. So, we're working on the A. So, one thing I did notice when had this activity last Saturday was that there was a couple parents that were very hovering and not letting the children do things on their own. They were doing everything for their child. Bad, very bad. We want the child to be confident in its own abilities. So when there's something safe like writing, it's not like they're trying motorbiking or something and it's very dangerous and you're just letting them go on their own. They're learning, they want to write on their own. And you're in there saying, what are you writing next? What are you writing next? What are you writing next? Like pressure. Wow. Just let them be, stand back, zip it, and watch and observe. When they need your help, they're going to ask for it. And you teach them that. Say, do you need help? And then they'll say yes or no. And if they say no, then just leave them, because that means they're trying to do it on their own. If they're getting frustrated, then you can step in. But if they're just trying and they want to do it on their own, let them. This is how you learn. If someone keeps intervening, you're stopping them from having confidence. You're stopping them from the flow of their knowledge of their abilities, and you're intervening. You're using your free will to help them, so it's impeding in their flow. So as mothers, we need to step back and watch our children try to succeed on their own and let them struggle a bit. Struggle moves your body in a way that is movement. So it's like shaking off an old skin, a tarantula. They go like this and the skin eventually falls off. That skin was part of them, but now they're leveling up. They're no longer that anymore. So they're moving from infant size into toddler size, into child size. So they're energetically shedding off a skin, and they do that by trying, by trying, by trying. And when they do that, all that icky stuff is off. But if you keep stepping in, that skin is going to be stuck to them, and it's not going to be coming off because they haven't been able to move their body, their knowledge, connect it all, and get something done on their own. So remember that when you're raising your children. And so it takes a village to raise a child. That's something else that has been stealing motherhood, is that we are no longer living in a community. So not only are our children being stolen away from us, but we are having to suffer alone, which is what they want. If they're trying to destroy somebody, if you're trying to destroy somebody, you're going to want to cause them as much pain and suffering as possible, drag it out, and prevent them from getting any help. Make sure that people do not give them help. That's what someone's going to do. They're going to make obstacles for you, between you and getting help. That's what someone that does not like you does to you. But don't forget, when you're on to them and they realize that you know that, then they're going to do something nice and say, oh, I'll take you to whatever, the hospital or whatever. Or people that don't like you are also going to tell you to get medicated. People that don't like you are going to say that. Why? Because it's like being drunk. It clouds your ability to think and takes away your power. Doesn't matter what medication it is, even if it helps you in the long run. While you're under it affects your ability to critical think. Everything affects everything. Even when you're healing, you have a new thing in there, your body's going to be reacting to it. So it takes your energy. So it takes away your power. It takes away oh no, how am I going to out in the middle. Okay, war, oops, W, that says raw, RRIO, training, N. So we used to live in communities with women of all ages, and the women, the elderly, were highly respected. All women were highly respected, but especially elder women because they were the knowledge keepers. Women are made so strong because they are powerful and we're in human form. So we are physically strong and mentally strong because of all of the abuse that we've taken. Opposition makes strength. And so that's the reason that we're so strong, is we've had to endure so much. And that's why people that think a woman scorned is bad. What the heck's going on here? But that is extremely bad. A woman, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And a woman scorned is minuscule compared to Mama Bear divided maliciously between herself and her children, plus her children being abused, as well as herself being abused by the people that are enslaving them, and the bear and the children enslaved, abused, and then they release the mother, and the children are still there. That's a lot more devastating to people than just a woman is a mother. So I just want to let everybody know that you have the right and are encouraged to defend your children and your relationships with your children. And although these things were done to us maliciously, meant to destroy us and keep us separated, and some of us still don't have access to our children, absolutely. That does not change the fact that you are infinitely powerful because you're a goddess in the human form. They have stolen our energy, our life force energy. Our life force energy is our power force inside of us. We're a battery, we're full of energy. And so the energy is in the form of emotions, energy in motion. So that's why women are way more emotional, because we're way more powerful infinitely. And that's why men are terrified of us when we're angry. Hell have no fury like a woman scorned. So you don't want to F with a woman and her children. And so people will say that only an idiot would intervene between a bear and a cub. But those same people that say that only an idiot would do that, they have intervened in the relationships between mother and child as well. And it's still ongoing. And they have mistaken us for somebody that is an idiot. They think that because they have power, that we become dumb because we're powerless. So they associate with them being in physical power, using their physical strength in the system. So all of this is power because it joins together and empowers him. And so he is using us, but when he uses us, they think that means that we're dumb. For some reason, they think that because the system and everything is working in their favor, and it's not working in our favor, and he has the ability to overcome us physically, whether we say no or fight them off and they take it anyways. They think that because we're weak, we're dumb. Weakness does not mean dumb. Arrogance does. Arrogance breeds lack of intelligence. So I want to remind you how amazing you are. You deserve to be here just as much as anybody else. And these men that abuse us and use us, they're narcissistic abusers. And narcissists are people that use others for their own benefit and don't care. They know that they're maliciously harming somebody, and they continue to do it anyways. And what that is a sickness and a deviation of who we are. It's the exact opposite. So colonization is the exact opposite of who we actually are as humans. We're actually community people, and then colonization makes us separate. We're actually natural healers. And colonization, no, that's not it. We're actually communicators. Colonization and narcissists, nope. We love everybody regardless of who they are. Colonization, nope. We respect and take care of all vulnerable people. In colonization and narcissists, nope. They decide to use them and abuse them. That's what narcissists do. They use and abuse the vulnerable, the turkeys, the deceased people. You know, children. Oh, I only needed, okay, whatever. Did two N's. Wait, I'm doing that again. Warrior. WARIO. EIEIO. So, T. Yes, I need a T. May I have a T? All right. So, this is an attack on humanity. It's an attack on women. And it's mind control trying to keep us dumb by convincing us that we're dumb. And they use fear tactics and abuse to break our spirit. And they turn us away and tell us that everyone is in on it, so we don't have a chance. And then they pay other people to help them. They bring us to remote locations, businesses where they work, or own. Darn it, I got the letter. And then enslave us and threaten us and assault us and all this stuff. This is what they do. I got black ink on my hand because I was stamping today, but I used to refill the ink. I just used printer ink. Bad problem. Don't do that. Well, maybe do it if you don't mind it on your hands, I guess. But okay, I. One time with John Maxwell, he was sleeping over, and I was trying to teach them Roman numerals, and I think they're in grade 6 or something. I don't know. And I said, "What, you don't know about Roman numerals?" And they're like, "No." And they were making fun of me, my son, and his best friend. No, I think they're older than that. I think they were grade 10 or something, actually, because that's what I was like. I was shocked. I was like, "Are you serious?" Because there's a song I'm always trying to teach them things. And so I taught them that. And I taught them I. That's how you count. And I made a little song out of it. And I explained them that I means one. So I means two. I means three. And I4 means one. I mean, IV means the V means 5, and having one I behind it means that it's one less than 5, so that's 4, and then just the V is 5, and so you go VI for 6, and VII 7, VIII 8, and then X is 10, so IX would be one less than 10, so it's IX, and then 10 is X. So I taught them that. It's called Roman numerals. And so I's remind me of that. So I. Okay, train. Oh, look at that. Oh, I found it. So I'm sorry for any of you that are suffering great losses. I know what it's like. I am estranged, I think the word is. I don't know. I gotta look up that word. Estranged, possibly. I'm separated from my children, and they've been turned against me. And it's not something that is even something that is guessed, because literally the father went nose to nose with me and said, "I'm going to do everything in my power to turn the kids against you so they never speak to you again. And I'm going to do everything I'm going to do everything in my power to destroy your life. And I'm going to turn the kids against you so they never speak to you again." He went nose to nose and said that to me. So that's his own words. And if it wasn't for him saying that, I probably would have been gaslit, because he gaslit me everything telling me that it was my fault and that I'm not, that's not how he remembers it, and all of these things. When I, even with evidence in front of me or him standing there, the evidence, he'd be like, "No, I'm not," and just mental games. And I wasn't allowed to leave. He would cheat and call me and do mean things and violate me and beat our children and every, it just disgusting things. And I wasn't allowed to leave him, and I wasn't allowed to sleep in another bed or another bedroom. So that is training, no, warrior training. So this is what my life was like, and I had to comply because I had no one to help me. But now I'm learning real fast that I now can speak out because I escaped them and not under the pressure of them anymore. And I'm telling the truth about everything. And so that's me taking my power back. The silence is what seals the deal of them abusing you, taking your power and sealing it with the silence. As soon as you start talking about it, you get your power back. Training warrior. Wait. WARIOTRAINING. Woo woo. All right. So yeah, so I'm cutting these out so I can cut them out and make a sign out of fabric that I can pull out. It's going to hang on a ribbon and say warrior training, because that's what I am teaching, how to become a warrior. A warrior takes responsibility for themselves first and foremost, because you can't be helping anybody else if you're not helping yourself. It's like the airplane, taking the air thing. If you can't get your own mask, you're not going to be able to help anybody else. So you take care of yourself first, and we only take direction from Creator, from God. Why? Because when we do that, we won't be led astray. So that's where we take responsibility for our own choices and actions, but we still work together as a team. And whenever someone is lost, then we work together as a team so that everyone can have a say to make sure that we're not given the wrong advice, because no one is perfect and there's malicious people everywhere. And especially when someone is with somebody alone, they think that no one will ever know. So they say and do things that are really not nice. So this is the thing. Predators live among us, and they're waiting for the moments to be alone with the people that they want to destroy. What's happening? Okay, so let's just get rid of these. I don't know why, but it's bothering me. Do I need any of this? Dashes, warrior training. Do I want an exclamation mark? No. Okay. Great. Get this. Snip, snip. Another one. All right, now I can trace them. Oh, was there any questions? What's happening? Action Jackson. Nice to see you. Oh my goodness. So I don't know if you've been following me on my journey, but it is pretty darn crazy and exciting. I'm writing a book about it. And I just finished my other book. It's called Stealing Motherhood. And it's about how men intervene in the mother-child relationship to destroy it, in their own words, and reasons why they do it, and their methodology, how they do it, as well as how they groom the children, how they do grooming, as well as things to say and do and avoid when you're reuniting with your children, so then you don't make things worse. So, because it's like walking on eggshells when you're around your children or your abusers. I don't like that. Well, maybe I do like that. Let's see. Should try it first. Okay, put it right to the edge, I guess. All right. Well, that's the thing. I think I better get a different pen. Would a permanent marker be good? Sharpie. Don't see why not. I have lots of green ones. Use the green ones. I have a lot. Wait, will the green come out? Probably, because it has white in it. Dang it. Okay, this one is black, black, black. See, I'm learning how to think. I'm getting better at damaging less stuff. I'm learning. Sometimes it's, wait, is this the right way? No, because that's the right way. Oh, goodness, you have to go. I like hearing your journey. Oh, thank you. Bye, John. So move that up there a little bit. I'd like to have music on because of Facebook and they're licensing things. I can't have it. Okay, this pen does not work very well. So I brought more. So it's nice that men are following my journey and understanding that I don't have a hate for men. I just have a truth for men. And I know it's not all men. I know it's not all men. And you know it's not all men. So quit saying that. And if you don't like it, then use your time and energy to correct all men because you're a man. So I'm not gonna sew around the edges because that'd be a really thin thing. I'm just gonna go zigzag, zigzag. Okay, training. Okay, only one G. Maybe I should make it a little bit bigger than that. I don't know. Just go with it. I think this is gonna look really nice. Hanging. Warrior training. I actually bought this material because I was gonna make a ribbon skirt with it. Training. 2 ends. I can hear someone doing the dishes. Okay, so and I just did that. Warrior. I was gonna say there is no O. There is one there. Oops. Haven't figured out how I'm gonna do the O yet, or the circle and the O. 3 R's. Let's go up. 1 W, 1 W, 1 W, 1 W coming up. So my book is going to be cool. I'm working on emotional management for children. It's a workbook, and it is also good for adults. So it has anxiety relief things. WA, 2 A's. Oops. Phew. I guess that doesn't make a difference. The back doesn't make a difference. I mean, the A doesn't make a difference backwards or not, does it? Just in case. I don't think it does. But better safe than sorry. Oops. I'm ready to travel again. I can't wait to travel. Oops. And empower people. So the warrior training manual is a workbook, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be providing it for free, I think, and then I'm going to allow people to use it use it as a training module for teaching children empowerment skills, so that people can use it in classrooms or even for their own team building. They can start leadership skills like that. WAR, darn it, RROR. So this is the thing. This wasn't something I was looking forward to making, but I don't have the money to have a sign. And I like that it's handmade, but I was putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. I've been wanting to do it for a couple, oh, I guess 20, not even 24 hours. Wow, it feels like a lot longer. So just yesterday, I come up with this idea to do this sewing and making a sign. And darn it, one more. And uh-oh. And I feel like I was just delaying doing it and delaying doing it and delaying doing it because I didn't really want to do it. But then I finally got up. I was like, oh, I better just get up and do it because I think maybe I could have it the next Saturday. And then something clicked in me like, no, get up and do it. So I got up and now I'm doing it. And it's actually kind of cool. That's the thing. When we want to do something, we have a cool idea. A lot of times people deter us and then we deter ourselves. And it's what we think. But the truth is, it's not ourselves that are delaying us. It's the desires of people that don't like us, sending us bad vibes, telling us, do not get up, do not do it. Because our haters, they want us lazy, they want us not productive. Okay. WARRIORT. And another R. So the voices of laziness and stuff, that's not of us. We're pure source energy. Women are pure source energy in human form. We're here to be a pure vessel to carry the spiritual form into humanity. That's what we're supposed to be doing. So the thoughts that are negative aren't ours. They're voices of other people trying to get us to not get up and be productive and not do what we're supposed to do and not have these cool, amazing ideas. You have the ability to do anything that you want, and you can do anything you want. We just don't want to harm ourselves or any other in the process. We want to be very conscious of the choices that we make and make sure that we're not harming anybody and we're not making money off of somebody else's trust, like selling them something that has unhealthy ingredients, diabetes in a bag, and you're selling these, marketing it to children with food coloring in it. You don't want to be doing stuff like that. You're going to have consequences because you know what you're doing. You're feeding people's addictions knowingly, and it's unhealthy. I'm not judging, I'm just warning you. I'm not in charge. You're in charge of the consequences of your actions. So when you're maliciously harming someone else, especially because of greed, because it's money, you're trying to make money off of telling people to buy your things that are unhealthy for them. They're trusting you and your product. You're trusting people and they have no idea. Children, you're going to be responsible for the people that you harm. So, warrior training teaches accountability and consciousness, meaning you're paying attention to the purposes of everything you do. You're no longer being careless with the things that you say and do because you realize that you are impacting others for the rest of their life. Wow. Back in the olden days, they had warrior training, and I'm literally being a warrior training person, a trainer of warriors. And I got divinely gifted all of the information from Spirit, from Great Spirit, all of them. And so that's how we got our information before as well. That's how Jesus Christ got his messages divinely. And I'm guiding people into their empowerment because I'm led by Spirit. Wow. And when was the last time there was warrior training where we actually had leaders that cared about us enough to teach us how to survive? When's the last time we had that? Do our leaders now, do they care about our health? Are they protecting us? Or is it just saying, oh, well, I'm doing this and you got to wait? That's not helping you because there is no waiting. Your health is a priority. Your health is my priority. And so that's how you know someone cares about you. If someone doesn't care about you, they're not going to care about your health. They're going to watch as other people destroy you. They're going to move out of the way. So if someone says, I'm not like them, but yet they haven't stopped and intervened and said, whoa, leave them alone. Literally, everywhere. If they're not actively doing that, then they're actually promoting it. They're actually going like this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. That's what they're doing. Because they're not stopping it, so that means they're moving them out of the way, but still saying in the proximity, allowing them to be empowered. Okay, I have to get the fabric scissors because these ones suck. Nice. I cleaned my craft room and I knew that I was gonna forget where I was putting the crafts or the sewing scissors because people go into my craft room and then they just pick them up and start using them. I won't, and my, if you know anything about fabric scissors, it wrecks them. And so I have to put them somewhere so that if someone goes in, they don't see them because if they see them, they'll use them. So I can't remember where I put it when I cleaned all my stuff out. That's okay. These ones are small, but they work. So anyways, I now devote my life to teaching others how to survive. Oh, that's my eye. I didn't have any, I wanted fabric that looked like wood or at least was brown, but I couldn't find any yesterday or today while I was looking at my craft stuff. So I figured since I wear white and I kind of want to keep it neutral, I guess this would be good. So the pattern is kind of, I don't even know if this has a name, that pattern. Not chevron, not what it is. But I feel it's almost tribal, so that's kind of cool. Takes great courage to come into your power and tell the truth about all of the people that have abused you and used you. Takes great power to be able to acknowledge all of the things that you've done wrong. Those are qualities of a warrior, is that we take responsibility for not only ourselves, but our family. That's someone that works for God. Is someone that takes responsibility for their family. We are suffering the consequences of the 7 generations before us, and we are creating the reality for the 7 generations after us. So when we create a world that's full of pain and suffering, our children and their children and so on and so forth are affected. We're suffering because of the choices of those made before us. And then you get all these people that are still reaping the benefits, and they're like, well, we didn't do it, because they want it, of course, to stay the same. They didn't get all the pain and suffering, so they like everything just the way it is. So they want it to stay, and they're fighting for it to stay. Meanwhile, the people that are being abused, currently, it is still going on based on the color of their skin, me. So if it's happening to me, it's happening to many others, and it's happening to women. The abuse to the women is blatant and deliberate. Same, it's redundant. Redundant means it means the same thing. It's malicious, meaning it's meant to harm us or be at our expense. So we don't have to put up with it. They've tricked us into enslavement and tricked our girls and ourselves into a contract of hell. Are you serious? Signing a contract till death do us part? That is ownership. That's saying no matter what happens, you're going to stay here and look after me, because it's a written contract. That's the whole thing. It's enslavement. That's why they want you to take their name, like cattle. Oh, you're from that family. Wait a second. Why do I have 3 eyes? Warrior training. Uh-oh, I think I did something wrong. Guess I'll figure it out later if I did. Darn it, I shouldn't put the letters away so quick. Okay, these scissors are small, but they're way better. And they're like kid scissors. Who would have thought? Is there a way to sharpen those kind of scissors? Can you sharpen it with a knife sharpener? Like adult, or the big ones? Because they're so dull, I actually think they should be chucked. I guess I could donate them to somebody. Somebody does crafts with groups. Okay, ooh, training. So, just making sure you didn't say anything. So yeah, I met Jesus. He's the one that saved me. He's the one that, well, no, I got to give credit to everybody, I suppose, huh? The ascended masters, which are the prophets, all of the prophets, they're my angels. And they're the ones that guided me through all the pain and suffering and navigated me out of the hell that I was put in by colonization and its descendants. They tried to destroy me and then just throw me to the side like I was nothing. I'm allowed to be there as long as I accept all of the abuse and stay silent, But as soon as I talk about it, I'm shunned. But now that I'm not enslaved into that ethnicity, I'm now speaking out about it, and rightly so. We have the ability to defend ourselves for any attacks, and we have the ability to strike back when we choose. Who made the rule that we have to strike back at the time that the thing happened? You can't. That's what they say that because they know that when you get hit hard enough, you are unable to strike back. You're wounded. And sometimes you're wounded ongoing for years. It takes years for that to go away if you can even do it. So abusers want us to feel like we got to take the high road. That's false. That's just a false imaginary thing that abusers say so that we don't seek retaliation. It's not revenge. It's out of equality. It's taking your power back because they literally, when they abuse you and maliciously, they're taking your power to live, your integrity, your honor, your essence of who you are. And so when they assault you, they take your power. So they want you to not take your power back. That's why they say, take the high road. Let bygones be bygones. Quit being so petty. It was so many years ago. Let it go. That's what they say. Because they do not want you to use your voice and get your power back. When you understand this, you'll see that a lot of these people are not your friends. They don't like you at all, actually. You're only good for using and abusing for your resources. Whatever you have, they want it. They're going to ask for it and they're going to take it if you don't give it to them. That's what abusers do. Do you know any of those abusers in your life? You say no and they don't stop. They don't stop harassing you or they just take it away. Anyways, they're malicious. They're sick. They're disgusting. To not take no for an answer is disgusting. It's a disgusting human that does that. Absolutely, without a doubt. Gross. They're disgusting. So, taking our kids without our permission, disgusting. And it's a malicious act meant to disempower us because it's common sense. You take away the child, it's going to destroy the mother. Everyone knows this. So, if they cannot eliminate us, they're going to destroy us by using our children. And if they cannot separate our children, then they're going to try to turn you against each other. And they will even destroy their own children. Look at the fathers of my kids. And any person, any man that harms the mother of his children is not a good father because the mother is an extension of the child. A child is the mother. Same DNA. It's just a piece of that same mold clay. It's like taking a piece of clay and then taking a small piece off of it. The clay is made of the exact same material as the original clay. And that's what the mother and child is. And we're connected by living flesh of the mother and child, the umbilical cord, until it's separated. It's itself, mother's clone itself becomes itself again. And the mother is supposed to decide when to separate itself from itself. But instead, we get a third party in there trying to play God and take the glory out of birth and do experiments on us. It's experimental. Cutting us open, it's not necessary. They lie to us all the time. Every profession has people in it that are corrupt. Every profession. Police, doctors, teachers, everywhere. Oops. And so that means there's racist people in every one of them as well. Racism is alive and well. Are you effing kidding me? People that say that are ridiculous. They're complete narcissists. That's the ultimate in gaslighting. Look around. So there's racist people everywhere, which means the chance of you going to a health professional and having someone to misdiagnose you on purpose or give you prescriptions for things that are unhealthy, there are people that will do it. Absolutely. Are you serious? There's some people say, "Oh, those are just the ones that are in your life." No, they're the ones in my life that come from your walk of life. They're arrogant. It's so arrogant. They just deny all responsibility. The abusers and their families. So warrior training is learning how to have survival skills so that you're going to survive with the least amount of pain and suffering inflicted to yourself and all others. So it's about education. And so the more your brain is working, the more of a chance you're going to survive. So your ability to problem solve is like a muscle. So if you want to have survival skills, you got to be thinking all the time. So that's why it's important to do things that are like learning new skills because it makes new connections in your brain, making it easier for you to put pieces together and make your life easier for surviving. So I am always trying to encourage people to be healthier, make better choices, be kinder, yes, and learn the truth about everything. Not all, not all people are bad, and not all people are good. Wonder if I can do this. This is a bad idea. Ooh, pretty good. Look at that. Nicely done. Now that was lucky. I don't know how a R would go though. Like this. I think it goes like this. Good enough. Oh, I have three of them. Wait, this way. I have to make them look alike a little bit. That was a big cut. Ooh, nice. One more. So, as I've been sharing my journey about abuse and men, and oof, scissors suck. There's a lot of women that are telling me about their stories, and my heart is breaking, and it's hard to even read lots of them because the things that people are enduring are horrific and it's unacceptable. There's no reason why women are being separated from their children like this. They use lies and deceit to, well, these are all different sizes. What this one's like, so it's too small. Let's open her up. Yeah, so people have been sharing their journeys and things and how they're happy to be single. Yeah, I like being single too, but his mother delivered me to or him to me and told me that to go to a women's shelter, and then she sent her freaking son there. And he picked me up in a U-Haul and took me there, and I had no family or anything, or no phone, no ability to drive. Took me to a different city where I was enslaved and had to look after his child from another marriage. And yeah, I was used and abused and manipulated, and I had to sit there and take it because I was forced to. And so now I'm free, and this has unleashed a great fire inside me that is wanting its power back. And so freedom, I just got a little taste of it, little taste of it. And now I want the rest of it. And I want my children, because um, I didn't give them away. They were taken. Everything that was done to me in regards to them was harmful. Okay. W. Hope this plan works. Look at these, are flimsy. Oh, it's gonna go this way. Okay, if it's on this ribbon, then yeah, the W will hang the tops. Okay, this might work. Might work. W. Darn it. Fix A now. How's that go this way? I believe it goes this way. And have you noticed how many haters I have on Facebook? It's hilarious. They're really mean. Say horrible things. It's disgusting. And darn that. A is way too low. W-A. Wait. W-A-R. R-I-O-R-T-R. Wait, this way. My little market that I that I made this with. Kind of nerdy that I'm sewing it, but I'm all about the skills. I have skills of making things. One year for my daughter's friends' birthdays, every time her friends had a birthday, I would make a banner, a pennant, so little triangles of felt, and then I'd cut out the letters and put the letters on them. So that would be part of the gift. So they would have a pennant with the letters of their names on it. T-R-A. Darn it, I need another A. Okay, we'll trace this. Look at, I missed the I. Are you serious? Dag nabbit. This one? No, over here. Wait, A-I-N-I-N-G. Okay, so I just need an A. A. Second. Right. Get comfy. Okay. I guess it doesn't have to be perfect because it's being cut out and it's probably eventually going to be frayed and whatever. So what else? Okay, well, I just traced inside the A, but I can't. I guess I could cut like that or whatever. So when you're a teacher, you're always making stuff like this. Oops. We're creators. We're supposed to create. We're supposed to make things, make beautiful things. make the world beautiful. We're not supposed to make it ugly and hurtful. So, done. Yes. That's the hard part. That's the part I don't like, is cutting. I like to be organized. So I'm glad that is done. Woohoo! Put all this back. Wow. So you can join me every Monday to Friday at 9 on my website, creatingconsciousness.love, and check out my free resources. The books that I've written are Womb Healing, Healing from the Patriarchy, Reconnecting with Your First Nations Culture, a guide to reconnecting with Indigenous culture after segregation, and then also the Heal Wheel workbook. So these are all workbooks that we can work with, and it'll help you make spiritual progress without religion. So the Heal Wheel is a wheel of emotions that are positive, and the Shadow Wheel is a wheel of emotions that are negative. And you get to pick one of the emotions and then think of a time that you felt. Wow, my TikTok said it live discontinued due to inactivity. What a scam. Ooh, 117 viewers. Very nice. Anywho, typical. And then you pick a emotion and think of a time that you felt that way, and then it gives you some questions to think about that help you process the traumas that you've endured, and then also has exercises after for anxiety and regulating your emotions. And now I have this book that I finished, is going to come out tomorrow, and it is called Stealing Motherhood. And then I'm almost done my other one that I've been working on for a while, and it is called Emotion Management for Children. And so it's a workbook as well, and it breaks everything down very easily so that you can learn how to understand your emotions, how they work, how to process them, and how to let go of all of the, how to not take things personally, how to come into your power. So this is what all these books do. These books help you come into your power so that you can reclaim all of your energy that people have stolen and walk around confidently, because you deserve to be here just as much as anybody else. I love you and have a super evening.